beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. I was in my local Morrisons recently and I come across a new Northern Monk beer. But I wouldn't have found it if I didn't look in the beer fridge. Yes, that's right. Morrisons have now got beer fridges, which I think is pretty cool. Not all of it is craft beer. There's a small section of craft beer in these beer fridges. There's lager, there's cider, there's non-alcoholic drinks, and then you have a little craft beer section. But my point is, this is really good by Morrisons. This is a level of understanding of how to keep your beer fresh, your craft beer fresh. They're buying that beer from somebody like Northern Monk. They want to look after it in its prime condition. So this was in the fridge in Morrisons. It's called Faith in Tropics. It's a hazy, tropical hazy pale ale, a twist edition, twist on faith, and it's 5.4% ABV in a 440 milliliter can. I nearly said bottle, can. I like the look of the can. It looks really good. It's got a really tropical, juicy, summery, mango, passion fruit vibe about it. I don't know whether I'm going to like it. I got my fingers crossed. There's going to be a lot of quite a bit of hops in here, but just slightly. I never read the back of the can, but it just caught my eye. There are some fruit concentrates in this beer. The beer cost me £3. Without further ado, let's get it out into a glass, see what we get. ...2022 has been the year. The end of 2021, halfway through 2022, it's all been about this type of thing. This type of thing here, this concentrated fruit smoothie style beer. Some of you, probably a lot of you, will know my views on it, will understand my feelings on this. Some of you have said in the comments box down below, if you don't like this style of beer, if you don't like the way beer's going, then don't review it. Well, my answer to that is I'm a beer reviewer. This is supposed to be beer. I'm gonna review it. It's by Northern Monk. People are interested, you know? People are interested in my views, my opinion on it. I understand the way that you're coming across, the way you're saying, oh, if you don't like it, don't drink it. Well, you're going to like things in life, you're not going to like things in life. I think this is what I am supposed to be doing. I'm here just giving a view. It's only my opinion. It's not set in stone that this beer style is going to fail and fall away because I've said so. This is purely just my opinion. Beer is very subjective. So, mango then, pineapple looking fruit juice, small amounts of carbonation, not much of a head. Let's get the aroma. I'm going to look at this in two different ways. I'm going to look at it as the sun shining. It's a fantastic morning here in the UK. And you could look at this as fruit juice. You could look at this as like, you know, your morning kind of fruit juice. And then on the other side of things, I got to think to myself, well, okay, it's supposed to be a beer. It smells very, very fruity. You get the passion fruit, you get the mango. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Good grief. As Soleros go, as like a fruited lollipop or some kind of alcoholic fruit juice, this is terrific. This is fantastic. This is lovely. This is so refreshing. I get the fruit concentrates. It's amazing to taste. It really is. It's lovely out there. It's the morning. I fancy a glass of fruit juice in the morning, alcoholic fruit juice maybe. There's a bit of coconut in there. It's ultimately refreshing. It's perfect. But now I'm going to put myself in the beer person's shoes, in the shoes that I like to wear, as somebody who likes beer. If you handed me this and said, enjoy, can you describe what it is? Can you describe what you're drinking? Here we go. If somebody handed this to me in a blind taste test and said, tell me what you're drinking, I would say tropical fruit juice with somebody's added a dash of vodka to it. You can slightly feel the alcohol. I would run with that. Concentrated fruit juice out of a carton with a dash of vodka. That's exactly what I'm tasting. Is it beer? For me, absolutely not. I don't dislike it. I like it. I love it. I really love it. I love the juiciness, the flavours, how amazing and refreshing and lovely it is. It's nice and cold. But essentially, I could buy a carton of Don Simon mixed passion fruit, mango fruit juice, and I could get a cheap bottle of vodka and pour a drop of vodka in. And I tell you what I could do. I could make it as strong or as kind of weak as I like. If I wanted something to knock my socks off, I can put a little bit more vodka in. I can fine tune this myself. I can do this myself. And I could probably do it really well, mixing cartons of fruit juice with vodka. But what I couldn't do, and I've tried as a home brewer, is brew decent beer. Brewing decent beer is a really difficult thing to do. I've got the demi-johns, I've got the pots and the pans, and I've got the bags of malt, and I've still got frozen hops in the freezer. I couldn't do that because there's an art to it. There's a real art, there's a real knack, there's a real kind of level of fantasticness when it comes to brewing a terrific beer that with hops and hops alone, you get the same passion fruit, mango, grapefruit, orange peel, fleshy blood orange flavours from hops. I can't do that, but I can do this. There's nothing... I wouldn't buy this beer again. Because as I just mentioned, I can do this myself with a carton of Don Simon tropical fruit juice and a dash of vodka. And a dash of vodka of my liking. Now, I've been on Northern Monk's Instagram page and they seem to have thrown themselves at this now. This seems to be, for me, they've absolutely made the decision to follow this path. It's like the summer of 2022 is all going to be about kind of fruited pale ales and concentrated fruited stuff like this. A tropical milkshake twist on faith with real mango, pineapple and passion fruit juice. I'm just to make sure you totally understand where I'm coming from. This alcoholic beverage is absolutely fantastic. I love it. I love the passion fruit. I love the mango. It's really lovely. But is it beer? Is it beer? No, absolutely not. Is it hell? Is it hell? In fact, I think it would taste better if you had a carton of fruit juice and a dash of vodka. I think it would be a better tasting kind of alcoholic drink. It's a real shame. It's a real shame because, I mean, I've reverted back. Now, some of you have recently watched my Adnams Old Ale review. And I'm reverting back to the bottled ales. As of 2022, I am more interested in the bottled ale section of the supermarket than I am the canned craft beer section of the supermarket. Because you can buy a 500ml bottle of Adnams Old Ale, or from Beers of Europe's website, which, you know, they sent it to me. You can buy that for probably £2, £2.50 for a 500ml bottle. These guys are trying to sell you alcoholic smoothies in a 440ml can, less millilitres by the way, if we're doing maths, and they're charging you more for it. I think there's been a realisation. With these breweries that, ooh, there's money to be made here. There's real money to be made in making these kind of alcoholic fruit juices and calling it a pale ale and making a fast buck. And it's a blooming shame. It's not often I stand here. In fact, I love Northern Monk. I love their stouts, their double IPAs, their imperial stouts, their imperial porters. All of these beers you can find in Morrisons, by the way. They're terrific. But this, wrong direction for me. This is Northern Monk heading in the wrong direction. I hope they pull back before it's too late. I was out with my friends on the weekend, and one of my good friends, Clara, who was sat across the table from me, she said to me, she had an IPA or a double IPA, and she turned to me, she said, I am absolutely sick of this now. She just turned and she just said, I am all done with this. I couldn't care less if I drank another fruited beer or another kind of mango passion fruit. This is a little bit of a different story, but I'm hearing it more often. I'm certainly hearing it in the comments box of the videos. More and more people turn into more traditional styles of beer because of stuff like this. Stuff that you can do yourself with a drop of vodka and a carton of Don Simon. And you can probably do it for a hell of a lot cheaper as well. I don't know where the canned craft beer market's going. I don't know where this whole thing is going to end. On a personal level, I hope that it's the next Brut IPA. I hope it disappears as fast as it's come along. But I got a funny feeling that this is going to be a long old road. This is going to be a long old road that I'll buy the beers to review them, but I would never buy them for my own personal consumption. I would much rather be buying bottles of Banks Bitter than things like this. Rating? How do I rate something like this? Well, I got to give it 2 ratings, haven't I? It's delicious. It's tasty, it's full of fruit, it's got a nice alcohol kick, it's lovely for the summer. So on that note, yeah, I like it. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. On the other note, is it beer? No. Can I do it cheaper with a bottle of carton of Don Simon and a drop of vodka? Yes. So for that reason, it's really poor. 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10. It's not really beer, is it? I'm quite disappointed. I always, I'm a big fan of Northern Monk. I've brewed with Northern Monk myself. Again, this is only my own personal opinion on the matter. If you love this sort of thing, then let me know in the comments box. Equally, if you're not a fan, comment too. Hope you liked the video. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.